Good morning, Sarah. Okay, let's rock, huh? Okay, we'll bring that over here. Let's put this way over here for funsies. I'm gonna go like this. I'm gonna go like that. All right. Chapter 1. Philadelphia, PA. Stephen. Chicago Sun. Saint the Savage Masters is setting his sights on another Stanley Cup. Chicago Bullet. Saint the Savage Masters. The werewolf can do no wrong. New York Times. The Chicago Wild Dogs are lucky to have a werewolf on their team. USA Today. Congress is set for hearing regarding the legality of werewolves on sports teams. Is their participation fair? Los Angeles Times. Is there anything Saint the Savage Masters can do wrong? The growl erupting from my throat was natural, needed at this moment. There was nothing contrived about the deep, dark warning sound. Why the hell was my brother getting all the accolades? I was a much better hockey player, if I said so myself. But Saint was the golden boy of the National Hockey League, a man who was gathering trophies like he used to with women. I missed a whole word. A whole word. But Saint was the golden boy of the National Hockey League. Okay. We'll take it from there. What's up, Elena? But Saint was the golden boy of the National Hockey League. A man who was gathering trophies like he used to do with women. There is what can only be this. Hold on, I'll try this one more time. But Saint was the golden boy of the National Hockey. But Saint was the golden boy of the. Roberto. No, Espanol, question mark? But Saint was the golden boy of the National Hockey League. A man who was gathering trophies like he used to do with women. I, on the other hand, remained on the down low. The Grandmaster of Hockey's little brother, a kid considered to be... Oopsies. Hey, Jude, what's up? Remained on the down low. Okay, we are on the down low. Remained on the down low. The Grandmaster of Hockey's little brother. A kid oh my gosh. Little brother. A kid considered to be the bad... Oh my god, I can't say one line. Little brother. A kid considered to be bad to the bone. There we go. There we go. Be bad to the bone. Roberto, go find another chat. To be bad to the bone. Okay, here we go. To be bad to the bone. I could tell you about a million fucking things he does wrong. Grumbling the words, I raked my hand over the scruff on my face while jerking up from the kitchen table. With my thumbs doing the work, I continued scrolling through my brother's Instagram profile, still snarling as I did. When another headline with an odd, ridiculous photograph of my brother appeared, along with the polished one used by a major network anchor, I was ready to beat the crap out of someone. I have to mute this for a sec. TikTok freaks out when I say these words. Hooray! Okay. From Lim. I pressed play and instantly wished I hadn't. The Today Show, Carter Wainwright. Join me this Friday with my special guest, Saint the Savage Masters, center with the Chicago Wild Dogs, a man considered to be the best athlete in the world. But his success isn't without controversy, including whether he continues to hunt human prey as his mainstay of food. What the fuck? Yes, the entire Shifter Nation had heard that crap right after we'd been forced to come into the light. But now that so much time had gone by since being outed, why couldn't people leave it alone? When we had neighborhood barbecues, the choice meat wasn't ground ham. Oopsie, I said that wrong. This is funny though. What's up, Alistair?
It alone.
Okay. Da-da-da-da.
It alone.
When we had neighborhood barbecues, the choice meat wasn't ground human. Oh my god, I gotta say it right.
Alone.
When we had neighborhood barbecues, the choice meat wasn't ground human burger, for God's sake. My fucking God. Were there any intelligent humans on this planet? My eyes almost bugged out of my head when good old Carter played another dark and gloomy video. A photograph of... Oh, fuck.
Gloomy video.
What's up, Ray of Sunshine?
Gloomy video.
Let's see.
Gloomy video.
A photograph had managed to slide past the very tight military-style security surrounding the oldest shifter pack in the country. The one used by the family pack. That's supposed to be as well.
Your pack in the country. Your pack in the country.
The one used by the family pack, as well as thousands of others, over... Fuck.
Your pack in the country.
The one used by the family pack, as well as thousands of others, over a full decade. The hundreds of acres had been legally purchased, and were used for hunting purposes, following all laws. It was protected for a reason. So that wayward humans wouldn't wander into the forest and find themselves the object of wolven desire or any other wild animals frequenting the site. The park was for recreational use only, allowing shifters to burn off steam and frustration from the week by being in their natural state and hunting small animals. Oh, Big Sky Bungee. Shout out to Big Sky Bungee. What up, Kelsey?
Small animals.
Not humans. The longer the lies were perpetrated... Oh my god. I can't say it. Oh my god, my brain. We're gonna get an assist from the old internet overlords. Okay, I'm not even gonna try it. Holy shit. I read for a living. This is a joke. Perpetuated. Jesus fuck. God, hang up the fucking microphone.
Not humans.
The longer the lies were perpetuated, the more fuel would be given to the politicians trying to destroy our rights and the shifter-hunter groups that had developed since we were outed. While Saint had learned to handle his emotions under pressure, along with helping emotional... that's not the line.
Emotions under pressure.
Along with a helping emotional hand from his lovely human mate, this was going too far.
Human mate?
This was going too far. How were we all supposed to live in harmony when shifters could walk down the street and have human children start to cry, terrified the big, bad werewolf was going to eat them? Fuck. I was furious. Time for fucking coffee. Maybe I'd add a little bourbon to the brew. After the crappy week I'd experienced, I deserved a little self-healing. I could not believe we'd lost the damn
A little self-healing.
I could not believe we'd lost the damn game last night. And to the San Diego Serpents of all fucking teams, they were last in the league. At least they had been until last night. Cringing. We'll try that again.
Until last night. Until last night.
Cringing. Let's try that again.
Until last night.
Cringing. I reached for the bottle before curling my fingers, as I thought about what was on my schedule for the day. Well, shit. With practice later, I guess my foray into indulgence and debauchery would need to wait. And we aren't fucking werewolves, I snapped out loud, puffing up like some huge gorilla. We're shifters. There's a big difference. And if you don't know what that means, come to my house and let me show you. Werewolves will tear you from limb to limb. Shifters will at least offer you a drink first. Taking a fighter stance, I growled and even howled a couple of times for good measure, while slashing the air with invisible claws. Bah, let's go.
The air with invisible claws. The air with invisible claws.
Okay.
The air with invisible claws.
As if shifters behaved that way any longer. We weren't predators. Unless you crossed us. We didn't enjoy killing people. Only small animals for fresh, furry snacks, and only in designated areas.
We didn't enjoy killing people.
Only small animals for fresh, furry snacks, and only in designated areas such as shifter parks and specialized hunting grounds. Hold on 1 second. What are you talking about?
Grounds. Grounds.
Wow. Oops.
Grounds.
Wow. I'm terrified. My best friend. Nope. I want to do that way different. Ugh.
Grounds.
Wow. I'm terrified. My best and one of my only friends, Tyler Wilson, stood in the doorway, a shit-eating grin on his face. You have nothing to worry about, at least for now. At least I could still manage to laugh, even though I remained in a shit-kicking mood. Are you reading all the glow and show about your brothers again? I thought you decided after landing your ass in jail for breaking that reporter's jaw, it wasn't in your best interest. Yeah, well, I can't help it. My brother's goddamn face is everywhere. Look at this. I navigated to the Chicago Bullet page, tapping my brother's grinning photograph. You bet he had every reason in the world to be happy. A huge salary, a fancy house and 4 cars, a second Stanley Cup on the way.
Stanley Cup on the way.
And he had the beautiful love of his...
Stanley Cup on the way.
And he had the beautiful love of his life curled in his bed every night. At least she had him wrapped around her little finger, and then some. The damn asshole had better not complain. Why in the fuck do you bother looking at news articles if they put you in a shitty mood? You need to focus on the upcoming game. We can't lose. Tyler pushed me out of the way before I snatched his favorite coffee mug, even grabbing the handle of the huge pot I'd made just to shit. Ooh, yep. Oh my God, we have a celebrity in the house, ladies and gentlemen.
Favorite coffee mug.
What's up, Carmen?
Even grabbing the hand. Favorite
Coffee mug. Even grabbing the handle of the huge pot I'd made just to shit with me. Thanks, coach. I didn't know you'd taken on a new role. And I'm always in a pissy mood. Why are you shitting me? I grinned, even though my proclamation was right. Good point, buddy. And someone needs to get your ass in gear, by the way, he said, as he poured a heaping mug. My dog is barking.
By the way,
he said, as he poured a heaping mug. I thought you and your brother were close. Huffing, I leaned back against the edge of the counter, folding my arms. We are. I adore him. We're like this. I crossed my index. Well, let's say the word, huh?
we're like this.
I crossed my index and middle fingers before bending my index, leaving the middle loud and proud in the air. The truth was, being outed had created tension between us, beyond our already unhealthy level of competition. And testosterone. Jesus! He thudded his cup onto the kitchen table. Okay, I stumbled over that.
Jesus.
He thudded his cup onto the kitchen table, grabbing my iPad. It's not like you aren't in the goddamn newspapers every day yourself. For what? Being a playboy? Breaking a reporter's jaw? Being the most handsome player in the league? Getting all the hot little puck bunnies my heart could desire? My tone of voice had changed, becoming the okay, oopsies.
The league? Getting off the league?
Getting all the hot little puck bunnies my heart could desire? My tone of voice had changed, becoming the suave one my teammates hated. I even did a little spinning dance move for emphasis. Tyler just rolled his eyes. Yeah, but also for your incredible skills. When you can... Okay.
Skills.
When you can hunt them down. I must seem completely depressed if he was shifting away from his usual harsh ribbing of my talent. Or as he always told me, lack thereof. Ooh.
Thereof.
Very slowly, I turned my head in his direction. I'd lost the edge. I knew it. Hell, everyone knew it. He could barely contain the smirk. When he burst into laughter, I resisted giving him the two-finger salute this go-around. Dude, I know you're jealous of Saint, but your time will come. I'm not jealous of my brother, I snapped. He stared at me with clear amusement in his eyes. Sure. He's just over the top with everything. The truth was, I was in his shadow. Here I went, feeling sorry for myself again. There was, yes.
Sorry for myself again.
There was no reason other than
Sorry for myself again.
There was no reason other than I'd been dubbed the bad boy of the American Hockey League, second tier to the NHL, and not exactly the best moniker for being called up to the NHL. It also didn't help I was St. Master's brother. Can we do that one more time?
Called up to the NHL.
What's up, Laura?
Called up to the NHL. Called up to the NHL. Called up to the NHL.
It also didn't help I was St. Master's brother, or that I was a goddamn wolfman, as so many of the ladies preferred calling me. Why don't we stroke your ego this morning? Again. He grabbed my iPad, and before I could snatch it from his hand, he'd already backed away. Yeah, he knew my passcode. The dude knew almost everything about me, including all the sordid details about being arrested more than once in my youth. Not my finest hour. Hours, plural.
Did more than once in my youth.
Not my finest hours, but stories about the steamy altercations had certainly boosted my reputation. As he scrolled through various screens on the handheld, I continued grousing. My guess is you won't find shit. Here we go. From the Philadelphia Star. Is Stephen the Beast's bark worse than his bite? Oh, come the fuck on. It doesn't say that, and that's not my nickname. Yeah, that was the exact quote, and I don't think the Puck Bunny Tormentor is something to write home to your mother about. Here's another one. This one's ugly. What are you talking about? He flashed the screen, showing me what he was looking at. I had to narrow my eyes to figure it out. That was a stupid party. I didn't undress the girl, she just took off her clothes. But that is you, Jello. Oopsies, I skipped the whole word.
Her clothes.
But that is you sucking Jello off her titties, right? And how about the word written on her stomach? I don't think the Puck Bunnies like to be called bitches. We were kidding around, man. What's up, Sonia? Uh-huh. Oh, look, you're being compared to your brother. A new bad boy's in town. Tyler laughed at my expense. Great. Just another time I was being compared to Saint the Savage Masters. It didn't matter how I played the game. Saint would always be better than his little brother.
Be better than his little brother.
And another one where I could swear you're about to turn into a fucking wolf. Imagine what everyone seeing this picture thinks. Man, that's not cool. Look at your damn teeth. While I hesitated, I finally glanced at what he was talking about. Fucking fantastic. A photograph had been taken of me pretending. Although, if I seem to remember, someone had pissed me off. I almost corrected him that when in shifter form, I had canines, but I didn't think that would go over well. He'd never discriminated against me or any other shifter, but why give him a reason to start? Let's see how well the beast is trending. As a man considered to be a social media guru, he set his coffee mug down and continued reading.
Down and continued reading. Down and...
I have heard your song and I loved it. It's legendary. Which song? I do appreciate that.
Down and continued reading.
And continued reading.
Down and continued reading.
Did I just lose my spot horribly? Holy crap, I can't find where I was. Did I just... What? Oh, because I said the last word wrong.
Media guru.
He set his coffee mug down and continued scrolling. Unbelievable. And I don't fucking bite. Yeah. You love all the hype and you know it. Plus, you do more than bite, buddy. I once thought I did. But ever since the day the existence of a massive shifter population was exposed, my career had been in a holding pattern. All while my brother had reached GOAT status. The greatest of all time.
Greatest of all time. Greatest of all time.
A bitter taste formed in my throat as Tyler continued surfing. I could tell by his look of amusement he was having way too much fun delving into the catastrophic media fodder that had become my career. Whoa! You bet the name is trending.
Oh, you bet the name is trending.
Tyler chuckled. The beast has experienced a widespread surge, and the number of likes and comments I've seen are just wow. He lifted his head toward me, arching both eyebrows. Why are you looking at me that way? Like what way? Hey, there's another one you might appreciate. Is Stephen Masters the most talented brother of the two? Now you're just taunting me. No, I'm not. It's right here written in black and white. The article had 2 full paragraphs. He held out the iPad, and I almost reached for it. Before I laughed. 2 big paragraphs? Wow, I'm famous. In what newspaper? Every word dripped out of my mouth. Oh, fucking Christ.
Paper.
Let's go.
Paper.
Every word out of my mouth dripped of sarcasm. He coughed and rolled his hand across his mouth, muttering the name into his fingers. That I heard clearly given my various shifter... I skipped a whole word! That I heard clearly given my various wolf shifter attributes. For some insane reason, my mind drifted to something that had occurred the night before. Puck bunnies were always hanging around the locker room, hoping for a quick and hot round of nookie. After fueling my Playboy reputation by doing a little dance move I'd perfected before heading out, I'd overheard one reading a passage in a book she'd been holding. Only she replaced the character's name in the book with mine. Stephen didn't just walk into the rink. He stalked, his movements liquid and unnaturally quiet, despite the heavy, dense muscle that created a beast on the ice. His ice-blue eyes, a shade too bright to be human, didn't blink as he took in the scent of fear in the stadium. His nostrils flared slightly. When he spoke, his stance was a low... Oh, fucking Christ.
Nostrils flared slightly.
When he spoke, his voice was a low growl, and for a split second, I saw it...
Growl.
And for a split second, I saw his sharp canines. He wasn't just a man. He was a powerful, dangerous wolf, held back by a thin layer of human skin. As my eyes drifted lower, I noticed the huge bulge between his legs, his cock twitching magnificently, and my mouth watered in anticipation. You bet shifters were born with attributes surpassing all humans. With more than 2 times the strength and 4 times the speed, extreme dexterity, the ability the ability to see in near total darkness, and hearing keener than any other species on the planet, we were physically... We were the physically superior race. And where those had just... Why can't I read this? Holy crow. We got this.
Your race.
And there were those who'd just as soon see us Oh my God.
Your race.
And there were those who'd just as soon seen
Your race.
And there were those who'd just as soon see us relegated to zoo specimens, kept locked in cages, and nothing more. At least I got the line. Uno mas.
Nothing more.
And nothing more. Hey, why did I lose my spot? There we go.
Nothing more.
How many times had ethics and rules organizations, law enforcement, and Senate oversight committees tried to drive us back into the shadows? Dozens. And our kind had only been outed a year... Oh my God, I'm just too slow on that.
Us back into the shadows.
Dozens. And our kind had only been outed a year before. We'd certainly had our share of threats, although the most horrific had died down during the last few months. They hadn't been able to rile us, which was all the assholes had wanted to do. Plus, the various pack leaders had warned us through our communication systems to be on our best behavior, which we'd mostly adhered to. Now, I grabbed the iPad from Tyler's hand, scrolling up to find which publication. Oh yeah? The Sioux City Beacon? Hey, you know what they say. All publicity is publicity. That's not what they say. Well, the article is very positive in comparison to the other one. Who knows? Maybe you'll finally get called up to the Wild Dogs. You seem to forget I signed with the Philly Lightning as a free agent, which means I won't automatically be called up to the home team. Besides, the Wild Dogs can't handle 2 Masters brothers at the same time. What's the other article you mentioned? Just a bunch of senators making noise, the usual spewing hatred for shifters in sports. You'd think the guys... Oopsies.
Hatred for shifters in sports.
You'd think you guys were monsters or something, going out killing and eating people, instead of winning games and tournaments. A little extreme there, Tyler.
Tournaments.
A little extreme there, Tyler. We don't kill our food. At least, not any longer. I found the article he was talking about, scanning the basics and little else. They're just making noise. Let's hope so, for our sake. We don't want you to run off from... Okay, let's not say it weird.
For our sake.
We don't want you to run off from Philly. He ducked as if I was going to throw something while he laughed. While to date, there was maybe 100 shifters out in the open in different sports leagues, during the first few months after exposure, there'd been as many OCs. After exposure, there'd been as many witch hunts as there'd been werewolf fanatics holding vigils. Thankfully, my main following was comprised of puck bunnies, including 2 Instagram accounts dedicated to me and run by a couple of hot chicks. Between the werewolves do it in the wild poster and the constant comments about the size of my manhood, I'd become a legend in my own mind. Something my coach liked to remind me of every chance he had. I mostly found the entire situation amusing, except that the hatred had affected my move into the NHL. Not that my coach, the assistant coach, my agent, and especially not my brother would admit it. They all blamed my irresponsible and reckless behavior. Fuck 'em. I tossed the iPad down and poured out the remainder of the bitter coffee. Going to take a shower. For whatever reason, I continued to hesitate. Maybe because he was still laughing. Maybe because every time I thought about Saint's success, I became melancholy about my own. Hey, after practice, do you want to shoop a shoop? We shoop?
About my own.
Hey, after practice, do you want to shoot a couple of games of pool? Might help that canine aggression you have going on. Now we're talking. Just be prepared to lose that stash of cash you've been carrying around lately. Canine aggression. In your dreams, beast. Fuck you. Back at you. Before I even managed to make it out of the kitchen, my phone rang. Without missing a beat, I yanked it from my pocket, answering without looking. Yo, the beast here. Why the hell not take the name out for a spin? I take it that you've seen the latest evaluation regarding your antics. As always, as soon as I heard the coach's voice, I straightened up. Yes, sir. But no big deal. We were all just having a little fun.
No big deal.
We were all just having a little fun. You know, blowing off steam. As usual, Masters, you're not taking the situation seriously, Coach Ruffini barked. I was just joking. I think I'm saying that right. No momento. Ruffini. Why am I in Latin?
Ruffini.
Yeah, Ruffini. My eyes sometimes betray me.
Ruffini barked.
I was just joking. That's the problem. You're always joking. The kind of promotion we don't need. My fucking God. Threatening to shift in front of other humans. What is wrong with you? I was getting sick and tired of being scrutinized for what I did and didn't do. I'm allowed to have some fun. I didn't do anything wrong, and I wasn't going to shift.
Wasn't going to shift.
Hell, I hadn't shifted in a long time. Given my profession, I was lucky enough to be able to pacify all my aggressive tendencies by playing hockey. What I, the networks, your fans, and the millions of protesters believe, are all entirely different things. People don't know how to spice up their lives. His exhale was as deep as mine. They do, but not when they're worried about being eaten alive. Now get your ass down here as soon as possible so we can sort it out. We've got an important meeting. With, let's just say, someone interested in advancing your career and getting you out of my fucking hair. A strange feeling tore through me. Okay, coach. I'll be there after I grab a shower. He didn't wait for me to get to shower. He didn't wait for me to get the last word out before he'd already hung up. This wasn't good. Already hung up. Already hung up. This wasn't good. What the hell was that? My roommate asked. This wasn't good. Good. What the hell was that? My roommate asked. My God, my neighbor has a dog and it's baying right now. Shush. Good. Good. What the hell was that? My roommate asked. Instead of wishful thinking about me staying in Philly, you better see if you can wrangle up a curse or two. Why? He laughed until he noticed what had to be a horribly disgruntled look on my face. Yeah, Ice Beast. Book 2. We're back in the hockey. Ice Wolf was the first. Ice Beast was the second, and I'll be honest. I think okay. So the first one, his brother's supposed to be the big stud. I'm on this dude's team. I'm Team Ice Beast. Disgruntled look on my face. All right. Disgruntled look on my face. I think I'm being traded, and I doubt anywhere I want to be. Shaking my head, I looked away, more emotional than I should be. That's what happened to players in the second tier. We were traded all the time, and wishing for the call boosting us onto the National Hockey League. I had a bad feeling I would be sorely disappointed. You never know, could be a good thing. I won't hold my breath. Anger drifted through me, which wasn't good for anyone. I realized I gripped the I didn't read the line. For anyone. I realized I'd gripped the edge of the counter, and in my growing is the word we're looking for. For anyone. I realized I'd gripped the edge of the counter, and in my growing fury, my fingers had pressed dense into the formica and the wood underneath. Huffing, I held my fingers into the air, hating the crackle of electricity, indicating my real beast wanted to come out and play. Not now, Wolfie. Tyler whistled under his breath. Wow. Oh no. What? I don't think you want to see this. He had the iPad back in his hand. The network just dropped a teaser. Fuck. That's, story. Was his face suddenly pasty white? What network? He's set to appear on all of them. Let me guess. They found Saint in bed with another girl. Nothing so simple to deal with. Was he panting? I'd been teasing. Saint's wife and mate, Lily, would kick his ass from one side of the world to the other if he dared look at another woman. And what the fuck else could it be? Did you know the Today Show was interviewing Saint? Yep, old news. They're going to have some crap on about one of the shifter packs. All garbage. Oops. News. They're going to have some crap on about one of the shifter parks. All garbage. Yeah, well, they have a smoking gun. I'd be damned if when he didn't lift his head, there wasn't fear in his eyes. What kind of smoking gun? He scratched his head, moving out of my reach. Your kind really doesn't eat people.
Moving out of my reach.
Your kind doesn't really eat people for snacks and stuff, do they? I could feel a laugh bubbling to the surface. Please, humans will never be succulent enough for the beasts of the wild. While I was teasing, he didn't take it that way. His long stride further away purposeful. Tyler, Jesus Christ, I was kidding. What's this smoking gun? The way he continued staring at me left nothing to the imagination. He truly believed I was sizing him up for a nice, long metal skewer to plop on the gas grill later. Oh, what the hell? I'd use charcoal. When he seemed tongue-tied, I yanked the iPad from his hand, forced to blink several times, until I realized what it was about. Fuck!
To blink
Several times.
I yanked the iPad
from his hand. Forced to fuck. Okay, we'll try it again.
I yanked the
iPad from his hand. Forced to blink several times, until I realized what I was seeing. The smoking gun, he finally said, is you. Dun dun dun! Alright, we're gonna call it there. We're at the first chapter in the book. We're going to edit, then work on some 3D print stuff. Thank you for hanging out, Carmen, if you're still here. Amongst a celebrity. I'm blushing. And that's the end of this, so